Okay, so today I want to talk about what I'm leaving behind because I recognize that there are some things that I will not carry into the next season of life with me. I'm leaving behind waiting for the right time. Let's just put it in the chat. I'm leaving that behind. I've spent enough time believing that eventually there will be a perfect moment. I've discovered at this age that there is no perfect moment. I'm leaving behind when I had more time. I'm leaving behind, when there was more money or maybe possibly even more confidence and clarity. But here's the thing, there are things that are going to be complicated and there are going to be things that are not complicated. I'm realizing that the right time can become a moving target for me. And if I keep waiting for everything to line up perfectly, I may spend years standing in one spot. I may be stuck, and that is not something that I desire. And I'm paying my life forward for one other woman to encourage her to just take a step, to step on the light that God has given you, to see that you have one precious life that you are living on this side of heaven. And God has given that to you to live to the fullest, to the abundance, to the joy, Zoe, the John 10 and 10 kind of life. I am not thinking about being reckless. Let's just be clear about that. That's not what I'm saying. What I'm telling you is that I'm not going to wait for the right moment, meaning I'm leaving that behind because it can keep me stuck. And I think, quite honestly, it has kept me stuck. Some of the things that I'm thinking about saying yes to, and I am saying yes to them in this season, is traveling and exploring new places. I'm getting ready to plan a trip for my birthday and I'm going by myself. And I am a little, I think the fear that I have is not paralyzing fear, but more just like cautious and making sure that I'm planning properly because I am going to be traveling alone. I'm saying yes to trying new experiences. I'm saying yes to building a future that brings me joy, that brings me peace, that brings me laughter, that brings me margin. I'm pursuing and preparing for a next chapter that I believe is going to be the best chapters of my life. God is still writing my story. I'm pursuing the work that will eventually become a part of how I can pay my life forward to other people. I'm not waiting for the perfect moment anymore. I'm learning to make the most of the moment that I am currently in now. Whew. That is so, like, that breath that I just took, it is helping me to really lean into it because it is taking a lot of courage for me to pay my life forward in this way in front of this camera for one other woman. I'm not looking back. I'm not. I'm leaving behind the idea that my life has to be on hold until everything lines up. There can always be something that is ahead that I'm waiting for, whether it is me finishing this degree, whether it is, me making more money, whether it is me considering that relationship, whether it is what state I'm going to live in, whether it is, what trip I'm taking, in the next year or so. I got invited for 2028 to go on a cruise to Alaska. Well, I've got 2 years to plan for that. But I'm not waiting for that. So in the meantime and in between time, this is 2026. So prayerfully, I will still be on this earth in 2028. But until then, I'm going to live every moment. I'm preparing for a future without putting my present on pause. I am building towards a future where I will pay my life forward to other people. Even right now, while I am recording, there is a phone call that is coming in, and I normally would take that phone call, but today I'm not taking it because I'm paying my life forward for one other woman. I went back to school. I'm very excited about that. I'm actually almost finished my first quarter. I can't believe it. It went by so fast, and so far, so good. But again, one day at a time, stepping on the light that God has given me. I'm building a future. I'm building a future without abandoning where I am right now. I'm leaving behind the need to have everything figured out before I begin. I'm not doing that. One of the things I'm learning is that clarity doesn't always come before the movement. I know we want to have all of our ducks in a row. I get it. I've always been that kind of person. I'm learning by doing, by trying, by failing, and I'm growing. I am discovering what fits me. I'm discovering what fits me and not the people around me who love me. Okay. I don't need to have a complete roadmap. I don't. I just need to take a step. That's for me. I can't tell you how you should be living yours. I just need enough clarity to take that next step. I don't have to know every detail about what my future practice will look like. I am going to school to be a licensed family, marriage, and therapy counselor. And while I want to start my own practice, I don't have all the details, but I took the step. And that step was for me to enroll in school. And that step was for me to take the classes. And that step was for me to do the work. And I am actually doing the work, and I'm learning and I'm growing and I'm gaining so much experience, and I'm discovering all kinds of wonderful things about myself. And I'm just really excited. And so, for that other woman that's on the other side of this camera, you don't need to know the whole plan. You just need the courage to take the next step. And I'm talking about me, and I'm paying my life forward to you about the things that I'm not looking back on. I'm leaving behind saving my life for this special occasion. I am dating, and I'm dating with the intent to be married, but I'm also still enjoying my singleness because I am not married yet. I don't want all my joy attached to when we celebrate birthdays. I don't want all my joy attached to when I get married. I don't want all my joy attached to when I take the vacation or when that holiday comes up. I want to experience my life along the way. And that's exactly what I'm doing. I am trying yoga classes and I'm trying Pilates classes, and my core is getting stronger by the day. I've lost some weight and I'm very excited about that. Not too excited that I can't fit my clothes anymore because I'm not willing to go shopping to buy new clothes, but it is allowing me to reconsider what actual pieces of clothing do I actually need. So I'm creating a wardrobe capsule where I can interchange the items that I have without overdoing it. I'm trying the hobbies, y'all. I'm trying them. I'm trying the hobbies. I am throwing spaghetti against the wall. My curiosity is on 100, and I am enjoying every single moment. I'm not trying to escape my life. I'm waking up in the morning. I'm moving as slow as I need to. I'm building margin in. And I just want you to know, sis, that you don't need a special occasion to start enjoying the life that you already have. I'm not doing that. Ooh, this feels so good coming out. I needed to get this all out. I'm leaving behind the fear of being a beginner again. What does that mean? At this stage of my life, it can be tempting to only do what I'm already good at. I'm not going to be good at some of the things that I'm trying because I just told you that I'm very curious about trying new things. I don't know everything. I'm okay with not knowing everything. I am willing to make mistakes. I am growing. I'm trying, and I'm having a beautiful, beautiful time building a life that I love waking up to. What I'm learning is that I can be accomplished in one area and still be a beginner in another. And that is true. Those two things can exist at the same time. And while I am trying a new career path, it doesn't take away that I am in full time ministry, because what I'm doing, I'm going to be able to pay forward in that ministry space. I'm trying something that is stretching me, and I'm getting ready to travel on my own. Now, I've done that before, but for some reason, this birthday trip is really feeling very different for me. It is feeling very, very different for me. Being experienced doesn't mean I'm finished being a beginner. I'm leaving behind the version of me who thought I had to wait for permission. And this person who is calling me, they are now texting me. You want to know why? Because I'm not running and responding as quickly as I normally do. I'm not doing that. I'm not waiting for people to understand me. I'm not waiting for people to agree with me. I'm not waiting for someone to tell me that I'm ready. I'm not waiting for the perfect circumstances. I'm not. I've spent enough time waiting for everything to align for me. And every Monday night, I go live with a group of women, and we go through these 4 R's: remember, release, restore, and rise. And the thing that I'm remembering is what I've already learned. And before I rush into another chapter, I want to remember what life has taught me. What has life taught me? I want to experience, the things that I've been preparing for. I want to put them into practice. I want to know now that I didn't know before? What are some things that I know now that I didn't know before? My past is not just something I'm leaving. It's also the evidence that I survived through a lot of things, but I've learned some things and I've grown through some things. So those are the things that I'm remembering right now. I'm releasing what I no longer need to carry. I've been carrying things that weren't even mine to carry. I've been carrying the weight of perfection. I've been carrying the pressure that I've got to figure everything out. I've been carrying that the belief that I'm in another season of my life, and so maybe I'm too old to try something new. Mm-mm. I can't carry these old fears into this new season. I can't do it. I am restoring. What am I restoring? I'm restoring that I'm getting room back into my life. I'm creating margin. I'm making sure that my boundaries are in place. I'm being adventurous. Listen, I'm in front of this camera, y'all. Can you imagine? For those of you who really know me, all the possibilities and the curiosity, go back and watch that video. The things that are surprising me, it is for sure a blooper video. Go back and watch it. I'm trusting my own ability to grow. Yep. I'm rising. I'm rising into the fact that I can choose to do things differently at this stage of my life. And it is beautifully okay. And maybe rising isn't one big leap. Maybe it isn't. Maybe it's not that I arrive in these 30 days that I've been sharing forward to this one other woman. Maybe it's just telling me that it's okay to to try things differently. Maybe that's what I'm rising into. And so again, I'm going to share this with you. Every Monday night, me and these ladies, we gather and we get together and we talk about remembering, restoring, releasing, and rising. I'm not leaving my past behind because it didn't matter. I'm leaving behind what no longer belongs where I'm going. That's what I'm doing. That is what I'm doing. And so I feel very vulnerable because one other person is watching this video and they're thinking, what in the world is she talking about? But there is one woman that's watching that's saying, thank you, Shay. Thank you for paying your life forward. Thank you for being vulnerable. Thank you for talking through your discoveries. Thank you for talking about the things that you're leaving behind. Thank you for talking about being able to remember who you are and releasing the things that you were not meant to carry and having God to restore the things that He always said was for you to experience and to have and to rise into the woman that He's always created you to be. Being vulnerable. Yes, that's what's happening. I'm leaving some things behind. So come back tomorrow. There is more to come. I think I've got a few more days before I actually hit the 30th day. And the 30th day, I think I'm actually going to go live. So that is going to be uncensored and unscripted because I am for sure looking at my notes so that I don't forget some of the things that I want to say. And so I'm going to close you with this. Here's my thought that I wrote down. Maybe the next chapter isn't asking you or me to become someone completely new. Maybe it's asking you or me to finally put down what you've been carrying so that you can have room for what is next. What are the things that you need to leave behind that does not need to come into this new season, this next chapter of your life? All right, I'll see you tomorrow. Bye.